press the button. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in the Four Keeps, The Abyss, Part 5. Today is still November 28th, 2022, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us on Discord and Patreon. The links can be found in the Twitch chat to the side. But let's say you already support us on YouTube. You already support us on Twitch and Patreon. I was going to say and Twitter like our normal spiel, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with Twitter right now. Nobody does. It's fine. And you're trying to support this fantastic group even more. Well, guess what, Acorns? We got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We got stickers, we got journals, we have posters, we have all sorts of wonderful things. We even got a new design in from our very own DanaeKeener.com. Kindness is not a weakness. And this is a sticker. I also have it on a shirt, but you can see there's a little knight giving a dragon a flower. And the penmanship on this lovely design was done by our very own community, Noctua Magna. So if you like the design and like the art and the writings, you know who to reach out to. And of course, all of the proceeds of our merch currently go to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. Hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hey everybody, my name is RJ. Today I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Fighter. We both go by he, him.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. Tonight I'm going to be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter.
Right, I'm Cyber. I use he or whatever pronouns. I play Arjhan. Arjhan uses he, him. He is a draconian paradox.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener, she, her. I'm going to be playing as Cori, the Eldrin Paladin, she, they, and he.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, this arc has been very strange in the fact that we keep taking time off because of unexpected things that keep happening to me. So we're going to have a little bit of a recap since we didn't play last week, as my allergies were causing my sinuses to shut, and it was almost a bad time. But thankfully, proper medication helps. But let's get into the mix. So, where we had last left off, our group had met with the former, could have been an Archmage, maybe an Archmage, a witch slash Archfey, known by the name of Zbilna, formerly Tasha, formerly Igwilv, formerly several other names as well, but for the purposes going forward, she prefers the name Zbilna, so that's where we are at. Who had paying off an old debt, as well as saying thanks to the party member for being such gracious gift givers, giving her potions of draconic majesty and all sorts of things. She then distributed the location of her Demonomicon, a very powerful, very dangerous magic item that she had warned the players about its usage, but you were set in your idea that this was going to help defeat Orcus, or at least be able to contribute to a hopeful bartering session with Orcus about something, because as you saw on the stat block that was revealed through your research, he's a nasty man. He is a surprisingly difficult and scary looking individual. So it seemed like getting the most one-ups on this individual that you possibly could was going to be for your benefit. You received the location of the Demonomicon and found out that it was actually in possession of the Arcanoloth, Ms. Rasinka, who, upon your arrival, stated that she would be more than glad to give you a book that she co-authored if, and only if, well, not only if, she was willing to give it to you anyways. However, she also offered that things would go a lot smoother if you were to assist her in a masquerade ball heist, to which Gwen's eyes got very large, and you were all able to successfully heist, going with some rather wild and ridiculous names, such as the Baroness Lady Wolfenstein of the Doorstopper clan. Is that was the full one? As well as other names such as Jet Rhonda Mumps of the Hot Dog Factory, and I don't remember Caelum's name. It was some wandering librarian academic. It's fine. It's written down somewhere. But you were all able to pose as these individuals at a masquerade ball. You have acquired the Demonomicon of Igwilv, and you were able to escape this masquerade ball without causing harm to yourselves. I would say you didn't cause harm to anyone, but in a moment of surprise, Gwen, who is giving an adventuring flump a well-deserved hug, squeezed them till they popped. And a combination of Revivify from Cori and a true polymorph from Caelum that then you guys are just like, all right, we're outie. I'm concentrating on this. Bye. And you returned back to the material plane. Caelum, you've focused on this spell for its remaining hour. However, Arjhan, reaching into the bag to pull out the book that Lady Rasinka had asked, you instead found the Demonomicon of Igwilv. That is now currently in your group's possession. You had entered back into Gideon at the spot where Gwen's Goliath tribe used to be. So now you just see that there is this large vacant area. But you are on your home plane. You have the book that you left in order to get. What is the next step outside of waiting the last 40 minutes for Caelum to finish turning this flump into a right human again?
Well, give Caelum the book. I guess we'll figure out how to get in contact with Rasinka to get whatever we got from her. She knows how to use the book.
I mean, given some time, I could probably suss out what to do with it.
Right, but we specifically did the masquerade so that whatever we're using the book for, I assume to force Orcus to give us the information that we need. She's supposed to help with that. Whatever. That was the bargain.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I've got a few more minutes to concentrate on this spell.
I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep.
Are you all right?
No, yeah, again, I've never had to concentrate on a spell that's cross-planner before.
What does it feel like?
Maybe we shouldn't distract him while he's doing that.
Sorry.
Is it difficult?
But maybe we shouldn't distract him while he's doing that.
Sorry. I'm
While you're
Just very
asking him
curious.
these questions, there's a 1,000-yard stare into the middle distance. Like,
As these questions are being asked,
Oh,
roll
no.
a concentration save.
all right.
Plus,
plus whatever my charisma modifier is, 6.
sorry,
Plus
guidance.
6.
6 plus a bless.
Whatever Arjhan can get off, I guess for saves it's
Oh,
for saves it would be bless. So
so plus a D4.
yeah.
Yeah.
plus what's plus 6 from Cori?
Yep.
+6. I've read a book.
Okay, so 38.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if
Holy
he needs it. You all are worried about nothing.
I'm
Okay.
worried about a man that about a flump that was killed.
Yeah, he's still gonna be alive, just not a human.
Caelum,
he
you've
survived.
never been able to it is that one moment of clarity when you are like in the middle of a busy intersection, but you find that like this is my shower thought moment. Like you almost need your party like asking you questions and causing a light commotion around you to truly achieve that direct line that helps center you.
All right, I need y'all to keep talking, but don't talk at me, please.
Oh God. Okay.
How are we supposed to
Cori.
talk around you but not at you?
Cori.
Okay, hold on. I'll ask
So-
you the question. How
so
are we
ne-
supposed to talk around him but not? Oh,
And
just
as
like
they're
this.
speaking, it's like
Yeah, this is
the
it.
tinnitus,
This is it.
"Pwee," but then they're like, it sounds like they're speaking in the next room.
Mm-hmm. Until like you're just like dead focused on this task.
We should probably talk about next steps anyway.
All right. So what? We need to go down to the hells. The abyss. The abyss. Abyss.
Well, before we can do that, we still do need to. There's still the issue of his wand. We need to get that out of the picture before we
Oh right.
we
Okay.
do anything there. Doing that will require us to, number one, track down the exact location of the wand, and number two, convince my god to give us the blood from her heart.
Right. Okay. Step 1, step 2. Where's the wand? Where's his rod?
In his pants.
I don't remember.
You're not supposed to be listening.
Shh. Don't acknowledge it. Pretend like he's a puppy misbehaving.
I don't remember. This is a conversation that would have happened
Exposits that
10
the wand
hours
was,
ago?
the wand was given. A mortal found it, and then they gave it to their daughter.
That is correct, yes. That daughter then took that down to the to one of the drowned metropolises that is actually the one that Oliviette had originally been from. And using the powers of this rod have instilled themselves as one of the 5 major houses of this city.
Ooh. Did we talk to Olivia about this yet?
We did not.
No, we have
Right.
not. Didn't have enough time to. Hold on. Sending stone.
Okay.
It's almost like I can almost hear what they're saying.
25 words to do this. All right,
I
hold
have
on.
fingers again. Oh Lord, I have fingers again. Starts walking away.
Oh, that must be what that guy's. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, I'm thinking. Hold on. I have to. Sorry, that was a weird moment where I'm trying to like count 25 words of a message, and then like in the back of my brain trying to figure out why the fuck Caelum's talking about his fingers. It's almost like I'm concentrating on a spell in another plane. It's the ADHD experience. Okay. Oliviette? Four Keeps needs to go to the Underdark for world-saving reasons. Can you help us? It has to do with your house. Love.
Okay. Yeah. So you send this message.
I like how you took the word to say Olivia, even though obviously it's going to her.
Like
Of
it's a sending
course.
stone. There's only
It's
one
from-
person.
Yeah. And not to say who it's from.
And the response that you get is would Coriander, would this require me to go back home or just advice? I care not for my previous house. My true home is the sea.
I can't respond to her until Caelum's done concentrating.
Gideon,
Yes, Resident Caelum.
may I have some eye drops, please? I have not blinked in the last 5 minutes.
Medicinally, I cannot advise you to continue this action. However, the eye drops are to your direct left on the counter.
Turns right, bumps his head, turns left, gets the eye drops. Boop, boop, boop.
Catch. I'm pretty sure I've blinked before while concentrating on a spell.
It's probably a lot different, you know.
Does extra planar concentration require you not to blink?
If
I
I
think
blink,
he's
I
just-
might lose it.
I think he's just overachieving. Don't talk to him.
I'm not. I'm talking about him. In front of him.
Is that more rude about talking about him behind his back?
You know that noise in the first couple of Pokemon games where you run up against a wall and make the boom, boom, boom noise? Caelum is walking against a wall repeatedly.
We'll have to ask him later. Cori will nudge him slightly so that he no longer
Towards
walks
the door
into a...
frame, and then he just walks in.
Have you guys
no,
seen the?
it's not the time for that.
Have you guys seen the play The Conjuring? I'm getting real
No.
vibes from that. The little girl sleepwalks and then bumps into a closet where there's like a demon inside. It's really cool. But like not a fun demon, like a demon that's trying to steal your soul kind of demon.
I haven't seen the play, but I did read the script.
Yeah?
That must have been an improv moment. It wasn't included.
Oh. Actors, man. You know? Anyways,
Okay.
what are we doing?
It
Also-
shouldn't be too much of an issue for you to get blood from your goddess, right, Arjhan? I figured
Big
you
ask.
were on better terms now.
Yep, that's a very private thing to ask for.
Yeah.
I
You
mean, what
remember
about-
how you... Yeah.
What if I just asked you, hey, can I get some blood from your heart?
Did someone say they needed blood?
No, no, no.
Cori,
No.
there is a moment when Arjhan asks,
Yeah.
what if somebody asked for blood from your heart? And there is just that 1,000-yard stare of all the
Yeah.
Arillos
Yeah.
swirling into a big to a big void.
I was legitimately having that moment. I was all like, if there's a good enough reason for it, I'm sure God could be convinced.
Or if they're like, that's a heart. That's like poking holes in that is generally frowned upon. That
Well-
kills people.
Yes, it kills mortals, but I'm sure gods might have a way to do that.
I have a question that might be kind of dumb. What if you get it from just like one of the hearts of one of the heads? Like not in the head form, but in like the pop star form.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works either. Cool. Okay, just wondering.
Now, I don't know if the blood of a fifth of a god would work.
Guess that's true.
What are the mechanics of that, theologically? The 5 parts of Tiamat, are they fully Tiamat and part of Tiamat at the same time?
I'm sure she knows. That's. I don't want to hazard a guess.
Sorry, I'm still trying to provide background noise for Caelum.
Okay, can we get to Caelum being done?
Yeah. You look around the house. Caelum is not there.
Oh no.
You look
Oh, I better not
outside and you just see him like wandering into the open field. Like it looks like his walk pathing has been stuck in a direction and he is just going unless anyone stops him.
Oh, he's hatching eggs.
What? Can he
Oh.
do that?
I thought you could only do that on a bicycle.
What?
What is a bicycle?
I don't know. Is he done?
Yeah. Caelum, you find yourself like your concentration comes back and you were just in the middle of a field. Gideon's maybe like a quarter mile away from where you were.
You just hear very muted. Guys,
Yeah.
why am I out in the middle of a field?
Why are you out in the middle of the field?
It's like The Conjuring.
What?
Walks back. I heard like this sort of ringing in my ears, and things kind of went blank for a while.
You need a Cori
Did-
wanna
Did
do
you
a
did you
Go
finish
ahead.
your concentration? Did the spell take hold?
Yeah.
Cool. Cori
Why
would
is my
like you
mouth
to
dry?
Cori would like you to send a message to Olivia.
Here's the problem about that.
what?
We're gonna need to wait for tomorrow. I don't have it prepared today.
Oh, that's all right.
I mean, we could just teleport to Olivia.
I suppose that is. We should probably do that.
Oh, usually I
down.
tell her incoming.
It'll be like a surprise.
We could kill somebody.
What?
Simon, would it be too out of pocket to say that Caelum does have a sending stone to Olivia?
Maybe not Olivia yet, but you might have had another member of the crew.
Yeah.
Like if you were like exchanging notes with Doc or something like that.
Sending stone to Doc. Hey, Doc, can you tell the captain incoming?
There is a surprised noise followed by you can hear a muffled "Where is it? Where is it?" And then yes, can do. I thought I lost this thing.
Bless her.
And yeah, Oliviette has been warned / informed that the group is making their way.
Squeeze. We're good to go.
Okay. And without any extra pomp or flourish, y'all are able to teleport directly onto the Moonrunner, as you have been many times before. And at this point, they are actually docked still in Shroudport. They haven't really left to do much outside of that after having returned back from the mainland. It seems like they're looking to stay, at least in the general vicinity, for a little bit longer. But when you arrive, the crew is very excited to see you. They always generally are. And Oliviette ends up coming out of her captain's quarters and looking at the lot of you. And she sort of like raises an eyebrow and says, "So what is this about my old house?"
Of course, you don't need to go back there. I would never make you do that. But we do need to go there to locate the Wand of Orcus.
Let's see if she has any idea what that means. I have a D20 near me. I'm a dungeon master.
Just to Gwen as an aside. By the way, did I hear people talking about deity blood?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because we
We
were
have to get-
specifically
Well, no,
told
it's Gwen. Why would you say no to that?
I'm sorry, I got lost at what was happening. The confusion of transporting always really gets to me, you know?
Oh,
Plus, I didn't want to get in trouble. Yeah. That was it. It was just an instinct. Childhood instinct that came out. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
okay.
Yes, we were talking about getting Tiamat's blood for the wand.
Okay.
Right. We were talking about Tiamat's blood, no one else's.
And
Yes.
Olivia, just like again, like,
We're up to some shit.
so I am going to assume I am not entirely sure what this Wand of Orcus is, but I know that if Orcus is involved, it's not going to be a walk in the tulips.
Oh, no, of course not. We've been in the planning stages of this for quite a while now. We need to learn something that only Orcus knows. So we're hedging all of our bets and making sure that we have the best chance of extricating that knowledge with minimal risk to us.
That is a good plan. To do as much research on your enemy as you possibly can. That is something spies, assassins generally do, as well as skilled adventurers, such as yourself. As far as my house, from what I have heard, there's no house there's no house to go back to, really. But I will at least try to be as helpful as I can.
There's no house to go back to?
Not my house, no.
Was it her house that has the Wand of Orcus? Am I reading that wrong?
No. So it is, her house was deposed, and her house's deposition was actually the reason why she left. She was part of the fall of her house, in that the daughter that they had been raising to take over the house ended up being betrayed by somebody that she loved. But for the rest of Tev Elyan, things moved as they always do, slowly but with a vengeance. And her house again fell. New house ended up taking its place. House Manstrayon. And that is, and that would have been explained by either Zabelna or Lady Rasinka, the name of this house. And their house symbol is the what looks like a happy face, a happy mask, and a sad mask in the standard theatrical design. But these faces are known as the hunter and the prey.
Lovely. It's called House Monstreng.
MAHNSTRIEN.
S-T-R-I-E.
Monstrine.
I was close. Okay. So it's House Monstrine that has it
Yes.
in the city of
Tev Elyan.
Tev Elyan.
TEV apostrophe capital E LYANN.
By the by, Olivia, you wouldn't know if House the Trechiarch is in that city.
And her eyes narrow again. She does not seem like she's like being like, oh yeah, I love thinking about my ruined childhood.
I'm sorry.
No, she's your friend. She's willing to divulge this information. And she informs you that out of all of the houses within Tev Elyan, that House Latreziarch is actually like the house. Like, they have never been at risk of falling because of how closely they are tied to the very core of this city.
As she's explaining this, Caelum just pulls a face like, oh no.
Don't tell me that you are up shit creek with them too.
Well, so remember a while back when I got captured?
Yes?
Apparently there was some sort of weird hybrid demon spider thing, and it had a note on it that said, retrieve the boy. Implying me.
And you are sure this was from them?
Pretty sure. Yep.
Then you are going to have fun in the Underdark.
You're very lucky I like your jolly disposition.
And you are very lucky that I still allow you on my ship.
Touche.
Now, House Litresiarch. They deal with magics. Primarily magical research. Accessing the demon web, being able to understand the shadow weave, that sort of thing. They are not kind people. Most of these houses are not filled with kind people. If you meet someone who is kind, what is the phrase? Grain of salt.
Nice to evil scale.
Yes. Similar to that, but
Or politeness, I'm sorry.
just because they are polite does not mean that they are quality individuals.
Yeah.
And also, if someone offers you a free piece of jewelry that looks like bracelets or a collar, do not accept the free piece of jewelry.
Understood.
They do not come off. They are branded with the symbol of a specific house, generally the house that wishes to make it known that you are under their protection.
Anything else that we should tuck in our bag for later?
Do any of you speak Undercommon?
Check spellbook really quick.
Yeah. Everybody's like, languages.
Do you speak?
No.
Do any of you speak Deep Sildari?
Is that anything like halfling?
It is becoming very apparent that I may need to go with you on this.
Oh, dude, no, you don't have to. But if you want to, I mean, it'd be nice to have a dude on the inside, you know what I mean?
What about Elvish and Sylvan?
Elvish might get you some of the conversation.
God, is it like French Canadian where if you walk into a store and speak English, they'll talk French Canadian at you, but if you try French Canadian to them, they'll be like, it's fine.
Similar to that, yeah.
Also, do Shadowkai not get Elven? That's weird. I noticed on my sheet that Elven's gone.
Maybe
If you updated your race to the Monsters of the
Custom background.
Multiverse,
you might need to choose it.
you might need to go back and add it again, because now it's just 2 languages.
Yeah. Okay. They're accounting for the fact that you might have been raised elsewhere.
Like Caelum was.
You don't just like by blood understand Elvish.
D&D 5.x.
So what is the opinion in the Underdark of residents of the Feywild?
Residents of the Feywild, they do not see them very often. Other individuals may look at you like you are a prize to be captured.
Icky. No.
So maybe not that one. It's not great. I wouldn't go about spouting it. As a commonality, but with where the city is, we did a decent amount of trade with Switzerland. They are understanding of people who are not from around there.
I can at least make us seem as if we belong there. I can't do anything about our language, though.
I can understand, but not speak.
And I'll be there too.
To be fair, we don't know exactly where the wand is to begin with. So we don't even really know what our approach is going to be.
Oh, it's easy. You just go into a tavern and say, "Have you seen a very vile wand?"
In the Underdark, that is going to work perfectly.
You get taken to a back room. Some guy drops trowel.
That's disgusting. It sounds like you're going to need an assistant of sorts.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I don't want to force you if you don't want to.
I look nothing like I did when I left. I have become a different person than when I was last there. And if I am being honest, nothing would bring me greater joy than seeing my mother in a nameless grave.
Oh, fucking boss.
And when we leave the Underdark, just point something out and I'll blow it up for you.
I appreciate this. I will hold you to it.
Thumbs up. I will commit war crimes for Oliviette.
Just make sure you say, "Yes, Captain," when you do.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Not what she said at all.
And she says she will offer the use of the Moonrunner for the foreseeable future. She knows that you have teleportation magic. If you are planning on heading out right now, she just needs to get dressed, maybe wearing naval clothing and gear that is suited for the open sea does not necessarily equate to being able to, travel into the Underdark. So if given the opportunity, she will get dressed and get ready.
I can be seeming.
Oh, good idea. I believe you also have a spare set of plate mail.
What's the plate mail for?
Armor for Oliviette?
She looks at you, just that.
If I do, it might not be with me. It might be back at home.
Gotcha. Well,
which we could go get it, but it might be back at home.
looks
I also
Oliviette.
don't know what you're talking about.
I thought Cori got new plate mail.
She does.
Yeah, so she has a spare set somewhere.
I don't know if Olivia is a plate
mail
heavy
user.
armor wearer.
Yeah.
No, she's
That's right.
rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, medium is kind of where she caps out. She takes some levels in Paladin, but that's about as far as that goes.
Do I get?
And
No, I get...
she says, the easiest way that we will have outside of seeming, in case seeming runs off, you will all be in my crew. Is this amenable?
Yes.
Coles.
Give me 30 minutes. And she will walk into her captain's quarters and shut the door. And the crew is like, and like kind of look around, and Doc, who is current second mate, being one of the older crew members on this ship, rallies the rest of the crew, kind of a like, you heard the captain, we're just gonna wait here until she comes back. And I mean, they're in Shroud Port. They're at port. Most of these individuals on the crew are seafaring people, but you know, being a Shroud Port's close enough to the sea. They're fine with that. Especially because they know that generally you all are very good at bringing their captain back. As has been seen a number of times that she has joined you for adventures. Okay, so I would say during this 30-minute stretch as well, Caelum, the Demonomicon that Arjhan has handed you, you actually see that there is a what looks like a loose folded piece of paper from under the cover. And when you go to pull it, it looks like it is a folded letter that has been slid into the book.
Any markings on it?
It is a it looks like a kind of like browned piece of parchment, whether it's been like soaked in tea leaves or coffee or some such agent, but you see that it actually has a wax seal, and pressed into the wax is the symbol of the fox that you recognize from Lady Rasinka's office that you had been to. And on the front it says "For Keeps."
Caelum will hold up the letter, pull out a dagger with the other hand, just slip it underneath the wax seal.
Okay. And true to Rasinka's word, there is listed out the abilities, the understanding of what the Demonomicon is capable of. Now, for things like being able to trap Orcus, the Demonomicon has a ability called Ensnarement, which is that whenever you cast a magic circle naming only fiends or the planar binding spell targeting a fiend, the spell is cast at the 9th level, regardless of what level spell slot you use. Additionally, the fiend has disadvantages on saving throws against that spell, and you can also contain the demon inside of the book itself, which, as an action while holding the book, you can target a fiend that you can see that is trapped within a magic circle. The fiend must succeed on a DC 20 charisma saving throw with disadvantage or become trapped within one of the Demonomicon's empty pages.
Oh, no.
Now, once used, this action cannot be used again until the next dawn. Furthermore, when you finish a long rest, if you and the Demonomicon are on the same plane of existence after you've tuned this to yourself, the trapped creature of the highest challenge rating within the book can attempt to possess you.
Oh
You then
no.
need to make a DC 20 charisma saving throw. On a failure, you are possessed by the creature, which controls you like a puppet.
Cori, I hope you're ready to have company, because I'm not going to leave your side for a while.
Why would that ever be an issue?
Oliviette's coming along, and I know you two might want some privacy.
That's fair, but also Oliviette's about to go through some...
Trauma.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I feel bad for the crew. Every time I turn up, I kind of turn their lives on end.
It's like the crew's the third wheel. No
One of the
offense.
crewmates passes by and under their breath goes, "Third mast," and then walks by.
We might, if we do challenge Orcus, have to wear him down a little bit. Creatures we've fought before have some sort of their caliber, have this way of resisting spells thrown at them.
So what you're saying is that we'll have to batter those defenses,
Essentially,
probably with spells of a similar method.
we gotta, in layman's terms, we gotta knock down those legendary resistances.
And then once he's used all of his resistance of a legendary nature on lesser spells, that's when we strike.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some reading, and Caelum will sit under a mask, then pop open the Demonomicon and just study.
Okay. You find that the book itself is bound in bronze. There's a latch that actually covers from the side onto the top that requires you to be able to open it. The latch itself looks like a bronzed skeletal hand that is keeping the book shut. And you realize, after trying to get this open, whether magically or mechanically, either way, that in order to look inside, you have to give up part of yourself to the book. You have to attune to the book in order to begin truly understanding the nature of this thing.
Guys,
Yes.
this is gonna suck.
Wow, what's going on?
Well, you know how some magic items you need to get the feel for, you spend some time observing it and kind of giving yourself a bit of yourself to it so that it can understand you as well, like your runt axe.
Yeah.
Holds up the book, points at the book.
Ah. Is it
Right,
like
but-
a soul thing?
Are
Yeah,
you...
kind of.
Is it? It's not cursed, is it? I mean, Zavilna wouldn't have given us a cursed thing.
Would she?
I mean, we did specifically ask for it.
Right, but she... I don't know, it doesn't feel like this was written by Sam Raimi.
It doesn't feel like it's written by M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, Sam Raimi's physically
does-
had the Demonomicon.
Oh yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
Does it have to be your soul?
It has to be under my influence, yeah.
It doesn't
Why?
have to be. Anyone can attempt to attune to this book.
Well, anyone can, but for the spells.
Oh, does it have spells in it? I was
It
gonna
has
say
spells in it.
I could probably figure out. I mean, I can cast spells too. I mean, I have at least 2. So, but I can find out if one of my people want to like take a break for a while and pop in.
You can cast spells?
Yeah, I've done it like 4 times now.
Once a year. That's how we know that the new year has rung in, is Gwen remembers that they have a spell, casts it, and then moves on.
No, I can do this.
I'm sure I could find a volunteer. Hey,
you worried about
anybody
it?
up there? Do you want to take a trip into the Demonomicon for a bit? They'll come back, right?
No, that's not quite it.
Oh, just kidding. No. Stay
There was like one Goliath spirit that was like, yeah, and then, no.
No. You're all doing great. You look amazing.
What are you worried about exactly? What are the risks?
If it is a cursed item, if it's a sentient item, I have a penchant of getting overtaken.
Do you know
Identify
if it's
it.
sentient?
Identify won't reveal a curse.
It'll just tell me it's magical. Are you ready to kick my ass again, just in case?
I need to
I
recheck my paladin features. There might be something I can do about this.
weaken greater restoration. That'll remove attunement to an accursed item if it is cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get ejected, you're good.
Yep. Safe word's pineapple.
Okay.
It's a hard word to say when you're. Yeah, it's fine.
Caelum begins to attune.
Okay.
Ah!
Sounds good. Yeah, so Caelum, while you are attuning, Oliviette, having only needed the 30 minutes to gear up, comes out of the captain's quarters, and she is dressed to the nines. Rather than being in her standard seafaring coat that looks more of like that marine style, the red, big buttons, large brim hat. The hat that she has is more of a little tricorner hat, used more commonly by other explorers, but the coat that she has on is this deep purple that actually looks like an interlocking of web that runs down the arms, down the sides, and goes down to, like, the coattails extend down to maybe about shin height. It's a very long, very opulent looking coat for what it is. And she sort of braces it forward, and you can see, like, the rapier that she typically has been swapped out for one that does look more Underdark themed, for lack of a better word. It's bejeweled, but all the jewels seem to be like rubies to represent blood. There are spiders on the handle, but the spiders have interwoven what looks like metal to almost like where she needs her hands to go has been formed perfectly to fit her hand specifically. And she takes a deep breath, sighs, and says, I never thought I would need these again, but this is what I get for being a little sentimental.
You look... Are you sure
Hot
about
as
this?
fuck. Oh.
I believe the words you are looking for is dress to kill, and yes, I am ready.
Well, all right, so long as you're sure.
I think that with the sea, I have been running for a long time, trying to find the perfect crew to take me back to familiar shores. And I think if you four are my crew members, I have found a rather fine crew for this. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, Captain, I'm sure we'll do our best to meet that expectation.
She tips her tricorner hat towards you and says, I'm sure that you will. Now, before we go, or head out, it looks like Caelum is busy. Is there anything that you need in town? I'm good to go. I am feeling a little antsy, to be fair. Since this whole thing started, I feel fire deep inside.
And Cori looks to the rest of the group. Anything to grab before we head out?
Is Caelum done with tuning?
Tuning takes an hour, so he still has about 30 minutes left if you want to wait for it.
Once he's done, I'll cast Greater Restoration.
Okay. Yeah. You cast Greater Restoration. There is no curse associated with this magic item. However, Caelum, as you attune to it, there is something inherently wrong about this book. It is structurally impeccable. It is a massive tome. It is filled with hundreds of pages, all bound in brass. The craftsmanship, again, is fantastic. But as you are able to attune, and the skeletal hand unclasps at around where the wrist is, and you are able to look in, the first 10 pages only have what appear to be, I believe, they have 4 different names that are written out of those 10. And it looks like each of those names is written at the top, and then there is a breakdown of what it is this demon or this entity that has been sealed in the book is about. what they are, like, what is their inspiration? What is their motivation? What is it that makes these demons separate but special? The first demon name that you see is Trillius, the Unkillable. And Trillius, you can see, says size, tiny. And it looks like a rather strange-looking insect. Almost like a mix between a pill bug and a stag beetle, somewhere in there. But it just has like this little bristly mouth. And these are their true names. The next name is Zakir, Lord of Sin. And you see that Zakir, Lord of Sin, looks like a incubus. They are, but there's like more about them than just that incubus-like stature. Like, they have a second set of arms that seem to grow from their rib cage forward. They have more spikes. They have more of like a houndish face. But Zakir does look like they are capable. Sorry, magic. Like they are capable of causing some serious damage. The third name that is written is Ashes of 1,000 Kindred. And Ashes of 1,000 Kindred looks like a entity made entirely of shadow. Almost as if they are a swarm-based creature, but each individual fleck of ash is its own entity. The fourth name that is written simply says Kyle. And you see a very scared-looking man.
Kyle!
It looks like they are wearing a tank top that has a number on it, a set of shorts, a hat that is facing backwards, and they just look very scared. And underneath it says, "Of no real significance, was used in testing the power of the book." Strength, 8. Dex, 10. And then in brackets it says 12 if playing the ball and cups game. Yeah, it's just a write-out of...
Fucking yes.
It's just a write-up of what looks like a regular person.
Huh.
But the thing that, on top of this that you notice, is that the ink itself looks like it is constantly bleeding. But when you touch it, it doesn't feel like ink. It feels sticky, almost like a sap. And tasting it, it is an assault to your olfactory senses. This is demonic ichor that you have just like. There is a retching feeling that you are not akin to feeling and have not felt in a while. That comes just from this like one little.
It's like licking
ichor.
a Switch cartridge.
Yes, it's like the entire thing is made of Switch cartridge juice.
I evidently looked down at the wrong moment. For the audio cast, did RJ like...
Yes,
I was picking crumbs off my desk, and Simon interpreted that as me touching and tasting it.
It came at just the right point.
I'm like, is this just Simon assuming that anyone finds a strange substance in a book and immediately tastes it?
You don't?
You don't?
Have you met our group?
Well, I mean,
Wings. Whenever I get a new physical Switch game, I taste the Switch cartridge to see if they change the flavor.
The formula?
It's always the same.
I'm having flashbacks to Curse of Strahd with the rot gut. Just move on.
All right,
You're tripping balls, Mystic Empress.
So, yeah, RJ, Caelum, this book is bleeding, and as you look more and more into the book, you can start seeing that there are so many names that are written, and as you continue to turn each page, even though the book has 500 pages built into it, it seems like there are more pages than just 500, but they seem to kind of mold and shift to change ever so that way you are never outside of the maximum capacity. And you see a variety of names in here, all of which are attributed to demons, all of which that are attributed to demon lords, throughout the entire ranking of the demonic structure. You see names, you see to a degree stats, more abilities, kind of what are customary. The strangest one that you see is on the page for Grazed. On the page for Grazed, there is a heart that is drawn around Grazed's head that looks like it is older than a separate set of ink that is like scratching away at the heart around it.
Bless. Oh, is this Tasha's burn book? Huh. Does anyone have water? My tongue burns.
Yeah, what have I
Yeah.
told you about licking things?
Not to do it.
And what happened?
I went to go turn the page and I lick my fingers when I do that. And I had residue.
Someone get him water. I'm disappointed. That's all I'm going to say.
I forgot.
Okay, but yeah. So Arjhan, Greater Restoration, Caelum. There is no curse associated with this book. I don't know if that still ends the attunement. I don't believe it does.
Remove curse ends attunements.
Okay. So yeah, Greater Restoration, you feel wash over you. But there is no no curse or maleficence that seems to have ingrained itself in you. But it does seem like the book itself as an item, that it is a item that is not. When you look at something and you know that like nothing good can come of that, like when you see old dental tools kind of thing, like you're like, there's no way that those were used to help people. That is kind of that feeling that you are getting through this book, is that it is not bad by itself. It is not cursed, but there is something wrong about it.
Eventually, Caelum just snaps the book shut and then just redoes the latch.
How do you feel?
Not great.
Learn
Not
anything?
bad. There's someone named Kyle in here, and apparently they're just a regular ass person. They're good at ball
no.
cup.
Oh no.
I don't
Can
think
they
they're
be
trapped.
released?
No, they're. It's not trapped, right? It's just names and stats. Or
Within the first 10 pages.
within the first 10 pages.
And Kyle was on like page number 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trapped there.
Can he be released?
Maybe.
Yeah, if you like.
I mean, if nothing else, he's taking up a spot.
What if it's the front for something though? Like this isn't his final form, you know? I don't really feel comfortable setting loose things out of the Demonomicon
Well,
that I don't know
certainly not.
anything about.
You do
I mean,
also
certainly-
see that listed under abilities, Kyle has the skill known as gaslighting, and you aren't really sure what that means.
Oh, he's an asshole. Caelum knows what gaslighting
and
is.
hate you so much, Simon.
No, he belongs here.
Are you quite certain?
Holds up the page, points to gaslighting.
all right, but I feel like that there should be separate books for assholes and demons.
Don't worry, if we encounter something big, then I'll release Kyle. At least he'll have a shot to run.
Still feel weird about it. I mean, maybe he's learned his lesson.
I could always just rebind him, right?
You could
Like I
try.
said, don't do it here. There's
Yeah,
still
let's
a
not mess with
possibility.
anything.
I mean, it's still the possibility that it's just a demon pretending to be an innocent person, semi-innocent person. Why would
Asshole.
they asshole?
Precisely. The Demonomicon can only bind demons.
All right.
Is that true?
We're going to
Well,
say yes and
from-
move
I
on.
think it's specifically fiends.
Fiends.
I think.
Ensnarement. Or plan a binding spell targeting a fiend. Yeah.
Well, we know plenty of fiends that aren't technically guilty of anything.
Do we?
What has Bridget done to you?
I thought Bridget was a devil.
Devils are fiends.
Are we getting off point? Do I have to bring us back on point? Is that where we are?
No, we're on
Is that where
Olivia's ship.
that I have to be the one to say, guys?
Let's
Are we
put,
going?
Let's
Let's
go.
put a pin in. Yeah, let's put a pin in the Kevin situation.
Kyle.
I'm just.
Their name's Kyle. Just because he's the asshole doesn't mean we get to be the asshole to him. Let's go.
Shame on all of you.
Okay.
Okay, where are we going?
I don't know.
And Oliviette says, last I heard, Tevilian.
Right. What's the closest place to that entrance?
Setzelia is close.
To Gideon.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to navigate your way through this and that to get back to Gideon. I mean, you're in Shroud Port and nothing's currently going on there, so great time to as well as, you know, the meeting room / boardroom. Always a good time to be able to get back to Gideon easier. So you were able to do that. Where's the teleportation spot near Sirt's Hellier? Would you have it?
That's the question for you.
That is. My handy dandy map is not hung up just yet. But I know that
Is it Gwen's place?
Gwen's
Oh,
place
Greenreach?
is rather close to it. Where the old tribe was. It was rather close, but you'd still have to spend about a week just to get to Sirt's Hellier. With your teleportation, do you have standard teleportation or just teleportation circle?
Oh, I learned teleport. That's right. From
Yes.
thing.
Okay, if
So I have
you
teleport.
have teleport and you are looking to get to this place, Oliviette is decked out in clothes that are from Tevilion, which would be enough for your teleport spell to work.
Now, just to be clear, this may teleport us into either like an armory or like your old bedroom.
Should we be disguised?
It wouldn't hurt.
Gear up.
What would we
Um,
like? What would we like to seem?
What's the most likely disguise for us that we could convincingly pull off?
That'd be a dwarf.
Durgar.
Yeah.
Dwarf, Duragar, Deep Gnome.
No.
Just a
Yes.
suggestion. You asked.
Drow for us, I guess.
Drow. And Olivia takes a long look at Arjhan.
Really buff, tall drow.
Quaggoth. Yeah, more bestial, but also get to be around your height, so no one will ask questions.
Fun fact, Quaggoth are also called deep bears.
Is
That's
that?
adorable.
Otherwise, Dragonborn are not, they aren't exactly common, but they aren't. Just because you are not common does not mean that you cannot be found there. Especially one with dark coloration.
All right. I will seam us. Well, specifically y'all. Into the blue, gray skin, white hair versions of yourselves. And our clothes into something resembling Olivia's.
Okay. Sounds good. And then, Gwen, you were going as a dwarf?
Yes, please. I would like a beard.
Okay. Sounds good. And then, was it going to be Duragar or dwarf?
Durgars.
Okay.
I'm doing the
Subterranean version.
Durgars colorations
Okay.
for them.
Sounds good. So, everyone has taken on these new guises, and Olivia looks over the crew, and she says, in a different life, in a different time, this would have been ideal. It still is. Don't get me wrong. I'm just glad that I know who you all really are.
Thanks.
And she nods and says, it was a compliment. You're very welcome.
Good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Now, I forget how this works. Do we hold hands or focus really hard on where we
if
need to
you
go?
really want to, you can hold hands, but Caelum begins to just draw a circle in the air, and the arcane runes circle around them. They'll focus in on Oliviette's armor.
Okay. And,
Cori will hold Oliviette's hand.
and Oliviette is like, whenever she holds your hand, it's always a very comforting, light hold. This is like, if you didn't know any better, like the bones in your the bones in the flat of your hand are at risk of just breaking from how tightly she is holding on to it.
She'll like pull her in and like get her elbow around her elbow, just like close.
And she gives you a smooch on the cheek. And as she does, and you are all picked up in this glorious light, that is where we're going to go to our break for the evening. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see all of you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye! And we're back! Hello, everybody! What is that? What is this gurnal?
Jublex made out with a hot dog? The Gutmoy is a fat whore. Braz or Blue is too gay to function. Grazit is the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met. Do not trust him. He is a fugly slut.
Tasha's burn book.
This is a conjuration tome from Skyrim. It has a black soul gem in it.
That's very cool.
I love
Hell
that.
yeah.
That's super cool.
I just have it sitting on the back there because I like it.
A dried...
Incredible.
Hey, Simon.
There.
A dried... sorry. A dried cranberry contemplates the meaning of life. It's crazen deatat.
I can't even be mad about that. That's such a good stretch. God damn it.
It's crazen to be.
Why does it have to be a cranberry though? Couldn't it have just been a grape?
What?
Oh, because
No, because crazen.
Craisins
Yeah.
aren't like crazy raisins. They're cranberry raisins. This isn't a cool X Games rebrand of raisins.
I mean, like, okay.
Also,
so, like,
when I was downstairs, I saw a bag of craisins and thought crazen deatat. So
but the French word is like the French phrase that you're referring to is like raison d'etat, right?
yes. I saw a bag of craisins downstairs,
Yeah, no, I
and that's
understand.
where
I
my brain
understand. I
went.
just
Okay. Dungeons
now
and
is not the
Dragons.
time to edit our jokes. Let's
Dungeons
move on.
and Dragons. We can't fix this in post. We're live.
We teleported
You
to a
teleported
place.
to not just an undercity. You have gone to Tev El Yan, one of the primary cities within the Underdark that also happens to be located within relative distance to Sirt's Hellier. When you arrive, the first thing that you notice is that rather than having lamplight or any other kind of energy-based lighting, and when I say energy-based lighting, we're meaning like torches or enclosed luminaries, that sort of thing. What you're noticing is that, very similar to Sirt's Hellier, they make use of a lot of these bioluminescent mushrooms, and as well as use things like mirrors and gems to sort of refract upon that to help create a much better lighted space. The other thing that you will notice is that there is a stalactite that extends from the roof of this otherwise massive cavern. But looking at this stalactite, you can actually see that there are holes placed in it, these kind of crenellations, that you see from even this far down that there are individuals, or at least small bits of what could be considered people. It looks like that itself is actually a livable space. And Oliviette will fill you in that stalactite, that spire that extends down above the rest of the city, belongs to House Latraziarch. That is where they are centered, to be able to see beyond and down upon every other member of the Deep Sildari that call Tev El Yan home.
So, how far do you say that is? About a mile out? 2 miles out?
From what you are able to see, yeah, you're guessing it's probably like about a mile out.
Caelum just looks over to Oliviette, looks to the spire as she's explaining. There's just this wicked smile on his face.
And she shakes her head no. Says not
When we
yet.
leave. Sorry, remind me again, in your world setting, Simon, male drow.
Male drow, love prefers ladies.
Cool. I'm gonna shut the fuck up while we're here.
You
Did
could
you
have been
want to
disguised you could have been
sing?
seemed as a female drow if you would like.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah. So Oliviette says not now. When you were looking at this massive spire extending down from the cavern ceiling, make a D100 roll for me.
Oh boy, is this for on the mark?
This is for the on the mark presentation of teleport.
Nice. Exactly
69.
69.
Hell yeah! That's basically a critical when rolling a D100. So, if you would like, you can set yourself residing just outside of town. You could be in town or DM's discretion, and we can see where that takes you.
I would have asked Oliviette a preference on where to have appeared.
She would have informed that outside of town is probably going to be your best bet. She is again, it's been a while since she's last been to the city, so she doesn't want to say the name of a business or give the description of anything that ends up resulting in, hey, this is somebody else's home now. Hey, this is somebody else's business now. Like,
I mean, the combination of just an in-code thought on Olivia to pull that location from her and then using that as my focal point to teleport us outside of town would work.
Yeah, that'd totally work. So yeah, you are outside of town, and you can see that there are massive gates that actually, and as well as a generalized roadway that seem to extend down. And even though you have teleported, there is a little bit of a startle from some people that are on the road, but they are not. They don't look like, oh my, like God has just shown his face to me with this teleport. Like they're like, oh, and then like kind of just like brush it off, seeing what they are seeing as 3 drow women dressed to kill, a giant dragon man, and then a dwarf with just the most magnificent beard that have all just apparated outside the city. It looks like this is not necessarily a common thing, but they know better than to raise any kind of fuss about what they have just seen. So, yeah, Olivia kind of explains that belongs to House Latraziarch as the head house of Tev-Elyon. The other houses are obviously going to be placed throughout this section. And at that point, you have to wait in line in order to get into the city. But while you're waiting in line to, again, just sort of have people at the gate welcoming you, that sort of thing, you overhear a few tidbits of information. One of the tidbits of information being it's actually coming from what seem like not necessarily surfacers, but they are people that aren't from Tev-Elyon. You're guessing that these are either individuals from Sirt's Hellier or deeper around in the Underdark. And the thing that you notice primarily, or are able to overhear primarily from them, is that they seem to be here to party. And you're not really sure what that means, and Oliviette also seems a little confused. And they will explain that when the new house took over, when the house that you were actually going to see... Just get my notes back from where they were. That Houseman Stryan has been actually throwing parties. It seems as though the head house member, Charliza, she is a large practitioner of the arts, but she herself is younger. And she realized that Drow society as a whole needed to be louder. It needed to have more pomp, a little bit more bombasticism, if you were. And that is drawing in a lot of new people, a lot of younger folk into Tev-Elyon, which, based off of what you're hearing as well from other individuals, they are not. Like, it's a mixed bag. Like, the people who are here to go to the club and then go home are very excited. The people who live in the city that now has this very active club are not exactly super excited about it. But that is one of the things that you hear along the road. You also see that there are individuals that are selling food. There are people that are selling all sorts of things. And Olivia just reminds you all to not take anything from anyone that you don't know, and to make sure that whatever happens in this city, we have one job. There's one thing in mind that she is thinking of, and that is getting in, tracking down the wand, and then getting the hell out of here. So it seems like at least her goal is very much aligned with with all of your goals. It does take some time again, but you are able to get into this city. And when you arrive, like Oliviette had made mention, like Cori had seen once before to a degree, while sharing the dreams of Oliviette, you can see that the streets are busy. There are goblinoids, there are kobolds, and they seem to be doing business, but they are all wearing these kind of like signifying collars or shackles of station. And it seems like whatever they are doing at the behest of somebody else. Likewise, you see that there are some Deep Sildari males that are walking around, and they seem to have like formed a little cluster. And otherwise, you see that this city functions very much like a normal city, except that it is illuminated by mushroom. And whenever it seems like whenever a female presenting member of a drow house walks any direction, people separate. It seems like they do not want to be anywhere involved with getting in people's way, which actually leads your group, which lends very well to your group. You may not necessarily be known in these cities, but Oliviette puts on, it's like an old glove that you don't want to wear, but it fits you all too well. Like, she stands up a little bit straighter. She kind of moves her side coat to show the hilt of her rapier. And your group begins to walk forward. And as you do, the crowd generally will continue to part for you to allow you through. And Oliviette, you can hear kind of under her breath, she fucking hates this place. She would rather the hustle and bustle than people treating her like this. But you are now within the city. And she will say, or she will ask rather, where should we try and find information? Wherever we go, we should go as a group.
I was going to ask you that.
What
do you think about this?
There are taverns.
Mm-hmm.
There is this new club that has popped up. There is going directly to the house and hoping that whoever is in charge, this Charliza, is there and willing to belay information. Or there are the quarters where non-Sildari are typically housed. As it seems like there is a little bit of a distinction within the city as to whether you are from here or whether you sleep over there.
What about this party that we heard about? Would that possibly be a good place for collecting information?
She shrugs and suggests that it's a start, at least. And when you say that, she will actually she'll turn on a heel, point one finger, not two. Like, it is definitely a hey, you. And you just see
accusatory.
There was a more masculine drow that was walking by, and she just points and says, "Are you going to the party tonight?" And he just, yes, tickets. Give them to me. And you see that kind of looks, and she says, you would do wise to not make me wait and ask again. Tickets now. And yeah, okay. Pulls out, it just clumps what they had in their wallet, anything that was in there, and just hands it to her, and then just scurries away. Not runs, that is a full on gone. And Olivia looks at it, kind of counts the coinage. So 2 tickets. She puts them into her pocket.
Do they come with plus
oh my
ones?
God. Can I do that?
If you were a little bit taller.
Fuck.
These two, maybe. She points
Yeah,
towards Cori and
It's your
Caelum.
time to shine.
I don't feel comfortable doing this.
I don't think I want to.
Come on.
Then you can either pay for your own ticket or you can get it the old-fashioned way.
Cori looks at Arjhan.
What?
How much does a ticket cost?
And you see, like, based off of what you heard, tickets are maybe about, like, 25 gold. Like, Olivia really didn't need to do this, but as far as maintaining this air that she's put on in this city, like, that is her fulfilling a role.
Oh, okay, here I go.
I mean, we could.
Caelum is walking off.
Okay.
I think that Cori needs it explained to her that it's to like preserve an image.
It is archaic. It is not a good image to maintain, but that is the way that this city works. For now.
I could pay for some tickets. Be honest, I'm not catching most of what's being said. I don't speak anything resembling this language.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't know who to ask or if we would share a common tongue.
Okay, Caelum, you'd said that you wanted to wander off and try and do this yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
Guidance.
cool. You'll find a drow that's probably like leaned up against a wall, walk up to them, hand slam Kabedon. Are you going to the party?
Is this an intimidation, or are you going to try and persuade?
It's an ask first if they're going to the party.
And they kind of tilt their head up a little bit and like make direct eye contact with you and say, that depends. Are you going to be there?
You're not going anymore. Tickets.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh, wait, no, that's investigation.
You get a D4.
A D4, okay. Oh, boy. Okay. Plus 2, 18.
18? Okay.
Praise Queen.
And there's like just a crackle of electricity between their fingers where like the Kabedoned against the wall.
This drow looks at you, looks at the electricity, looks back at you, and says, nice trick. You're not from around here.
No. Did I come on too strong?
No, you're not wearing any markings.
Hmm.
Also, and at this, they put a finger out and just go like through an illusory
Ooh.
part of yourself.
They go through your extensions.
Yep.
Whoops.
Like they go to like brush the hair away from like your neck, and you have recently cut your hair to have like the side bits.
Yeah.
And it just goes through, comes out. I'm going to let you leave with a word of advice. The game that you are playing is at a level you are not prepared for. Turn around, walk away, and I'll pretend I didn't see you.
God, I will. really want to be a dick here.
Hey, man, you walked
Tag
off
me in,
by
bro.
yourself?
Tag me in, bro.
The only person that seems to be noticing this is just you and this guy.
Listen, I really need to get into that party.
Sounds like
Would you
it.
be willing to part with it for a sum?
300 gold.
Did I hear Olivia say they were like 25?
You did.
I'm just gonna walk away now.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I cast plane. God, can I have him make a charisma saving throw as I plane shift him into hell?
Good. You really wanted to.
I don't have the spell slot
Okay.
for it. If only, that'd be hilarious. Anyway, walks back to Olivia, just scratching the back of his head. Well, I tried. I'm not really that intimidating.
Why did you go off by yourself? That was like the first thing that I said as soon as we got to the city.
You said to do the ticket thing.
In line. Do not accept gifts from other people. Do not go by yourself. Where we go together. Check your belongings.
Pats himself down quickly.
Caelum, roll a D100 for me.
3.
3? Your gold pouch is missing.
Joke's on you, I had no money.
The pouch is still missing though.
The pouch is still missing.
It's okay, I don't keep my money in there anyway. I have a portable hole.
That guy's gonna be all like, "Oh man, this guy's really pathetic."
Just.
He's really trying.
Mhm. Yeah, so it looks like Caelum's attempt at intimidating a random drow. Also, Caelum, I would say make a perception check on that guy, and this will be a retroactive. Yeah.
24?
Okay. So with a 24, you would have recognized that this individual was wearing emblematic markings, but the emblematic marking that you would see is what appears to be a staff with a web in the top uppermost portion.
Latresiarch.
If that's what you think it is.
Isn't it? I thought that was the symbol we had on the letter.
No, that is a spider in the shape of a hanged man.
Ah, there we go. Okay, well. Spiderweb and staff. To Olivia.
And she will let you know that is House Higalidris.
You did this to yourself.
I
you
know
that,
I
right?
did. Because the H apostrophe prefix means that it's a
You could have
blessed
just
house.
said. You could have just said House Earl.
Nope. Not doing it.
Can't do it.
House Higalidris. They are the priestly house.
Do you want to put that in the Twitch chat
Yes.
for spelling?
I actually don't have access to the Twitch chat, but I can get back to it via the browser. Shit's been weird.
Is it
Anywhere.
Igalidris or it could be Igalidris? H's could be silent because it's French.
That's true. But regardless, there we go. I've posted it in the chat.
Galidris.
Iglidris.
Yes. So she explains that is a priestly house. In the meantime, it's pretty easy to track down several other tickets. And you are able to either spend 25 gold pieces per ticket that you are in need of, or If you would like, you can, again, strong-arm individuals into giving you their tickets.
Oh, a kind reminder, we have not rested between now and the party that we had last time. So I've kind of limited on what I can do if things happen.
Then I
2
am going
whole
to assume
parties,
that we
huh?
need someplace to lie low.
Oh, up to you. I can manage.
How long is it until the party?
Is this like an all-week affair?
Yeah, this is it. It looks like this is effectively like a music festival.
Spiderfest.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations. So it starts later this evening, but as far as when it ends, you're looking at least 2-3 days.
I mean, some of us are tapped out right now.
Be wise to lay low then.
Olivia nods and says, if we are looking for a place to stay, we have options. Not very many because we are not from here to a degree. And I don't exactly feel like utilizing old connections if I don't have to. So come. Let's try and find something. What is your comfort level and budget that you are looking for?
Well, I grew up pretty much in a prison cell, so I'm fine with anything.
Sad, but okay.
What sort of profile are you trying to keep?
If it is a profile that I am trying to keep, I would look closer to a, I want to say a mid-range venue or space.
Following your lead.
So let us try and find a place to rest. And so, yeah, you will do your best. I would like for, who would like to assist in the investigation of trying to track down a place to stay? Okay, so Arjhan has a 0. Caelum? All right.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right, so make that roll. You will make it with advantage.
Ooh, sick.
Are we doing survival? Because I can do that.
Oh, this is investigation.
24.
A 24? Okay. So you are able to... Yeah, you are able to find a nice looking tavern. It doesn't look like there's going to be much in terms of brawling or street battles, that sort of thing. This definitely looks like a more reserved building, and it says the name of this establishment is the Queen's Cup. And you see what looks to be like a chalice that has a very like spider web oriented design on it. And Olivia will, you will all come in. She will end up going to the front counter. There is a exchange between her and the proprietor, which you can see is a drow man wearing wearing emblematics of what appear to be 8 dots that are clustered in the eye formation that you typically see on spiders as well. And Olivia will explain that is the silk traders here. They own a lot of the merchandise and a lot of the actual commerce that seems to go on. It seems to go through them. But you are able, she has paid for 1 room to share between all of you. It is a large room, but with her mindset of we cannot be separated, she feels like this is the best option that is being presented. So she takes the key. You all go up into the room, door shuts, and she takes off her hat immediately, like, and you can just see that, like, it's almost like that hat is what is keeping her shoulders so high up and, like, keeping her rigid. Like, as soon as she takes it off, it's just like she sinks a little bit. She loses at least 2 inches of just prowess. She, like, just rubs the bridge of her nose and swears in Undercommon. Says, I hate coming to this place. It makes me feel very weird.
Caelum has seen this look before, as like over the navigation tables and just hands her a wineskin.
Thank you. And she will, like, uncork it, and, like the sailor that she is, just slams most of it. She takes a generous pull before passing it.
As sorry as I am to have to see you go through all of this, I am grateful for you being here. I think we'd be quite useless without you.
And she will pat you twice on the cheek and says, I know.
If they're in the room, Caelum casts mirror image so he can inspect himself in this seeming.
Yeah.
Just one illusion. Just. Huh. I think I might be my type.
That will be spent by the end of this rest.
Ah.
And I don't have another spell slot for it today.
I guess it's a staycation until tomorrow, right?
Oh, I can do it.
Since when?
For a while now. We've just never had to until now.
Yeah, I think I could have done this for a little bit. It's just...
Does anyone else have any spells they want to tell me that they have?
I have a brandishing smite.
Well, I knew that.
I have greater invisibility.
I knew that
That's a
too.
good one.
I've got scatter.
Yeah.
We can teleport like 200 meters. No, feet. Sorry.
That's a lot.
That is a very large difference.
Looks to
For
Gwen.
some
I'm
For
gonna-
some
you know
reason, the accent made me want to use metric.
You nerd. Gwen's gonna be like, you know what? No, what? Cori, Colin, fucking Caelum, whoever you are, just watch me, okay? I'm gonna show you what I can do, okay? Gwen pulls out a bag of bones, and sits down cross-legged on the floor, and I'm gonna cast Augury.
Counterspell. Sorry,
that's just fucking
instinctive.
rude. What the hell?
Do you just say counterspell and not cast
Mage
it?
Slayer.
Just counterspell. Caelum says it, not even casting
Oh,
it.
he says it, but he doesn't cast it.
Yeah.
That's just fucking rude, okay?
You can still continue. I didn't actually cast
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm gonna, okay? But because I want to, not because you told me
Okay.
to, okay?
And Gwen, what does augury do?
By casting this, blah, 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 you can divine, blah, 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 you can, receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of the specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM can choose from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both bad and good results, nothing for results that aren't specifically good or bad.
Okay.
Grayskull.
And then
there
there's
is
stuff
more.
about-
it is.
yeah,
It's just Grayskull.
But it's if you cast it more than once.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the next 30 minutes, we're gonna be in this room resting. Is anything bad gonna happen while we do that?
While
That's
you
good.
rest in this room.
Yeah.
For
If we
30
continue
minutes.
to rest
Maybe.
in this room for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
is anything bad going to happen? Wheel or woe?
Okay.
Wheel woe. Wheel and woe.
Yeah.
Or neither.
And
Gwen's
Gwen, you
eyes
said,
actually start to glow.
Yeah.
As she does this.
and you take out your bones, throw the bones on the floor. Now, what you've seen previously is that typically there are like runes inscribed on the sides of the bones, and whichever one is facing up, that's kind of what is given you, and that's the pattern that you're used to seeing. But as you throw these bones and your eyes are glowing, the thing that you notice most is that the bones, when they hit, some lie flat, but there are others that kind of continue to spin. And they just sort of kind of go around, almost like when you put a coin into one of the like donation centers at a science museum where it does like the big loop-de, where Gwen, as you throw it down, it starts on the side and wraps in this left turn that seems to go until it lands in the middle with this final little twist. And with that final twist, you get the feeling that staying here for 30 minutes is a net positive.
Is a net positive, or isn't that positive?
It is a net positive. It seems like this is a wheel.
All right. Gwen takes the bones that her eyes sort of dim down. She takes the bones and puts them back in the bag. We're good.
I know this looks kind of sarcastic, but I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, like Olivia is also like,
I didn't know you could
Also,
tell the
like-
future.
I can see things that aren't in this room.
Really?
Olivia, like, she seems much more curious about that. Like, you buried the lead.
It takes forever to do, so I don't like to do it that
Like,
often,
how
you
long
know?
is forever? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, like 10 minutes at least.
I've got a deck of cards we could use to kill the time.
You want me to do it? All right. All right, Gwen's gonna cast Clairvoyance. I'm going to cast it downstairs in the lobby where I've been before.
Okay.
To just kind of get a look-see at people coming in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see, not hear.
Okay, sounds good. So as you are looking around in this room.
Can I flavor it?
Yeah.
It is just Grayskull relaying the message. Like, he's there. It is just him.
Just walked
in the room,
there?
unseen. But, like, it's just Grayskull relaying the information to me.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. So the way that the clairvoyance works, is it like, because I know like one of the spells is like you create a sensor on the ethereal plane. Like, is it that one?
Yeah, you create an invisible sensor within range and a location familiar to you.
Okay, got it. Okay, so
yeah, it lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, Gwen, Grayskull is downstairs. All right, so there's the barkeep. He looks like a jag.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other guys. They look really scrawny, and would probably like you could break their arm super easy in a fight.
Yeah, like a twig.
The food looks sad. To say, like, not like sad, but like they don't really know what salt is, and maybe it's a lot of vegetable. I don't think I've seen meat that looks that way unless it's come from something I haven't eaten before, but it looks like a mushroom. Drinks look fine, if that's what you're into. It's like a lot of wine. Wine's okay, but like I need the fizzy. Like I need the like.
Right. Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's that bitter sweet yum flavor. Meat, drinking meat is fine. It's one thing. But
right.
You know, it's very different.
Yeah. You like a good like Chardonnay.
Yeah. There's he seems neat. Oh, he looks like a little shady, but like he just came in here with a purpose. I don't really know what that purpose is, but like he came in, looked around, seems a bit shady, and then he's talking to the guy at the bar. They're saying they're moving their mouths in a way that words would be formed.
Right, gotcha.
And he
Is
just
it angry?
nodded. No, it doesn't look angry. It looks more like, I don't know, like he's reciting a shopping list or something to this man.
Ah, okay.
And then, I think he just gave him some money. And now he's walking out.
Okay. Well,
And
just
then,
hang out, I guess. For
oh, hi, fella. How's it going? Can you see?
What?
Can you hear me? There's a guy whose like eyes are really wide and his hair's standing on end. I think he might have like. I think he has like one of those things where like he can see everything going on, and he's just sort of like, like
just
watching
wave,
me.
be friendly.
I'll wave at you. You want me to scare him?
Nah,
I'm not
just be
gonna
friendly.
scare you. Stop shitting yourself. He's not really shitting himself. He just looks really surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I
just
point
Gwen
out?
is saying all this out loud.
Yeah, I was about to say.
How many people here have true sight?
Yeah. Gwen, is everything all right down there?
Oh yeah, no, there's just a dude who came in who like, ordered some stuff. Apparently someone can see Grayskull, which is hilarious.
That's bad.
Someone can see him.
Why?
It's all right. He doesn't look trustworthy.
Oh, he doesn't look trustworthy?
No, he looks
he looks a little sketch.
Yeah, he looks really sketchy. He has like his hair's all like big, like when you see like a really big scary thing, and you're like, and then it's stuck up there, like how they have in like fancy mummers plays where they get all theatric. That's what Rob told us. Bonus stage Rob.
Oh yeah.
Very different than
Corey's-
Philip.
Sorry, go ahead.
Corey's gonna look at Mother. Okay,
Olivia?
Corey's gonna look at Olivia and say, "Is this an issue? Do I need to do something about this?"
I don't know what you could do, but at the same time, there are individuals, obviously, who are going to be able to see lots of things. And I say obviously, like maybe it's not an obvious thing. I don't know. For example, I have heard it said that the current leader of Shroudport, she has bandage over her eyes, but she is still able to see things via some external source. If a man is able to see Grayskull, and he doesn't look like, yes, I'm going to do something about it. He might just think, oh shit, it's a ghost, and be fine with it. If he can see it, he might not be able to hear it. It might be the same thing that's going on. So he just sees Grayskull mouthing things and pointing at folk,
But
like
if he
he's
can-
being a shitty ghost.
But if he can see into the ethereal plane, that may mean that he could see through a seeming.
That is very true. I had not thought about that.
Is there any number of people that would be able to do something like that? Hold on, just a second. Cori's going to activate her plate armor of etherealness.
Okay.
And she's gonna step into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Ooh. She's just gonna go down to the lobby.
And Grayskull like, oh shit, hi, what's up? I never really
Wait,
get
is
to do
Cori
this
not here anymore?
up high.
Cori, you get to meet Grayskull.
And it's like a solid hand clap. Like he's a
shit.
a Goliath. Like you're on the
hadn't
ethereal plane.
Oh, I hadn't even considered this. Grayskull.
This is fantastic. Wait, no, hold up. Sorry. And he like motions to the guys.
Two.
And he's just like, bring it in. Just like quick hugs.
Oh.
This is so wonderful. You are so warm. This is nice.
You all too.
Hey, you know what? We should do this more often.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hold on, I need to go and deal with this real quick.
Oh, yeah,
she's gonna walk over to that guy, and she's going to say, "If you tell anyone what you've seen here, I will find you, and I will haunt you.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
I've got full Trixie Mattel. I'm just yelling.
12.
Would that be an advantage? Because he's
I'll say an
shitting
advantage
bricks?
because you have, but like the advantage from you being a ghost and trying to scare him would be canceled out with the fact that he just saw you go down and be like, "Oh hey, yeah, what's up, man? High five, yeah, quick cuts, okay, hold on, just a minute," and like the dichotomy of the scene work here is incredible. So, yeah, you rolled a 12. They got
Simon?
an 8. So,
Oh,
you know,
no.
like, regardless, they just... and they look like they are, like, a beraggled human. Like, they should not be here. They probably haven't meant to be here for, like, 20 years.
It's just Simon.
It's... yeah, it's just me. It's literally, like, me as I am. The hoodie, everything. I'm hanging out in drow taverns, drinking wine with the best of them, getting the shit scared out of me by ghosts. So this guy is like older fellow, sunken cheeks, very taut looking skin. The hair, like I said, is up, like is standing on end. And there was like intermittent, like it looked like almost like a storm cloud kind of deal. Like there was like intermittent grays and whites and this otherwise like black hair. You like coming up and like, if you fucking tell anybody, I swear to God, like if you getting up close and personal with him, you watch as a streak of white just builds in their hair. And like they can't make noise. And you see like other people in this tavern like, happening to that guy? Why did you let him in here?
It wasn't that great of an intimidation check, so she's trying to keep looking mean, but like she sees that and she like a pang of sympathy, just like, oh,
I'm sorry.
oh,
Who would actually
no.
do that?
Yeah,
She's
meanwhile,
gonna...
behind you, Grayskull is like distending their jaw down to look like the Skeleton King. Like,
God bless him. What a great wingman for terror. I'm going to check this guy over and like see if he's like here under any duress or anything.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Make a
Under some duress.
make a perception check or an insight.
Okay. And 18.
An 18. All right. Is that for insight or perception?
Perception.
Okay, perception. He does not look like he is here under any sort of duress. Nobody is like, there's no crossbow bolt from a shadowed figure aimed at him or anything like that. He just seems like maybe they were trying to treat themselves to something nice that day.
Right.
And things did not go according to any sort of plan.
All right.
But you do know that they do have emblematic signaling, and this is for what appears to be a spider shaped like a bottle, which you have heard is for House Kesvet. They are the Poisoners Guild.
I'm guessing that's a K apostrophe.
That is not. There is no apostrophe there.
Oh my god. Kizvet.
Kesvet. K-E-Z-I-V-E-T-T.
K-E-Z-I-V-E-T-T. Kizvet. Okay. Poisoners Guild. And he's wearing the emblem as in like, this is what I work for, rather than like, I got some special bracelets.
It's special bracelets.
Oh no! That's what I was looking for!
Yeah. He's got them special bracelets on. It looks like the special bracelets that he has are not very big and bulky. They actually seem like they are they are a little bit smaller in their sizing. But with, you got a 24 on your perception?
No, 18.
18? Okay, yeah. So with an 18, I would say that like as they are like kind of like scooching back and their hands are up in a more defensive position, you can see that on the inside of the bracelet, there appears to be what look like small holes that are ready. And from that 18 with those small holes, you can see what looks like the tip of a needle point.
Oh no.
They
Oh,
haven't
that's
pierced
awful.
the skin,
Yeah, no,
but
like
they are
it's
ever
there's
present
a
on their bracelets.
yeah, there's a fucking threat there. Cori looks down at that, and she's just gonna kind of like bat back at Grayskull, and
Oh, yeah,
just sort of like just gonna walk over to him. Let's head back upstairs.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, my 10 minutes is up here soon anyway.
Watch
your fucking ass. Like, looks at the scared guy.
Sorry.
Okay.
Guys, yeah, I don't know what
So-
Cori's doing. It's a lot of hand motions, and I can't hear anything, so I'm just getting the relay. Oh, I think they're coming back up.
Okay.
Yep. Well, Cori is the only one who can exit the ethereal plane. And Cori,
Yeah.
before Grayskull's 10 minutes is up, just, all right, one more for the road.
No, of course.
Oh, this is
Again?
nice.
Yeah, later, another time.
Another time. Say you on the ethereal plane, my friend.
Off she goes. She just like reappears in the room. Like, but of course, like she just like walks through the wall and then like exits the ethereal plane.
I have a
So-
question.
Yeah.
I have a lot of spirits
Yeah.
that kind of just hang out
Yep.
with me. What does Cori see in the ethereal plane around me?
Around you, there
Are they in my
is-
headspace, or is it like they're actually just following me?
It is a mix of headspace,
Mhm.
but it comes off as a residual. So, very much in the same way as when you have people in our modern times who are like, I am an empath of such and such a thing. People radiate colors to me, and they associate those colors with different things. That is effectively what Cori is seeing, is that around each of you in the ethereal plane, there is sort of like this permeating energy, this like residual of the power that you hold. That's one of the reasons, at least in this setting, why ghosts tend not to fuck with very powerful individuals, because they can see that and say, you know what, I'm gonna go over here, or they try and usurp that for themselves. Kind of gives them an idea of who to possess, who not, in those scenarios. With Gwen, it looks like she has that sort of like glowing spirit outline, where normally, like when you would have first met her, it was a very thin line, and then effectively had a like times like Kaioken times 2, and like it grew twice as much with Grayskull there. Gwen has that spiritual shape of a full Goliath. Like, it is like an 8-foot tall spirit form that is just like constantly interlaying and interweaving over itself, that is surrounding and constantly keeping Gwen safe. You also do notice that there is a long dark shadow that extends from Gwen.
Huh. I mean, like that shadow's from the
Graveblade, yeah.
from the Graveblade, yeah. All right. Cori pops back in to the material plane amongst her
Into the
friends.
courtyard. Sorry, Cori, you're standing on my game.
Oh, terribly sorry.
Thank you.
How was it?
Grayskull gives really good hugs.
Right? Right? I know.
He's very excited to be able to see somebody else.
Yeah, well, I won't take that as an offense, but I understand.
So is
So what?
everything good downstairs?
Yeah.
No. There's just somebody who could see Grayskull, and I made sure that he wouldn't tell anyone.
Olivia, you have 2 tickets to the party, right?
Yes, I was able to acquire 2 tickets.
before we try to acquire more, would it be beneficial to make sure that either the person that we're looking for will make an appearance, or that we can get anything out of this?
As far as I was aware, the tickets are being for the parties that are being held by the house that we are attempting to go after. Whether the leader of the house shows up, from what they were saying in line, very well, she might make an appearance. She is an artist herself. And being an artist and hosting your own music festival is either you are the headliner and everyone else is just building up to that, or she is here to privately judge entertainers. I am not entirely sure. I was not a party girl in my days. These tickets, again, primarily were to track down where we could find her, or where we could gather information.
As of now, there's only 2 of us that don't rely on seeming. And you have 2 tickets.
We can either go together, or we can try and figure something else out. Ultimately, again, I would prefer that we all stick together. Even if we do have to use some layer of trickery. Do you have, or is there an option, if anyone has a polymorph, or the ability to change your physical appearance beyond what is considered illusion, to temporarily become the other?
I mean, yeah,
How long will it last?
indefinitely if I concentrate long enough.
That's not an option. Do not change yourself in this way.
Maximum 1 hour before it takes hold. I can kind of pass as I'm fine going as me.
I didn't want to say, but I mean, the visual differences, you could probably pass yourself off as, you know, just
She
say you're
points
from
towards
the
her
north.
red eyes.
Yeah.
Hair.
Yeah.
Is there a way that he could cover his eyes?
Mask.
Sunglasses? Oh.
Sunglasses, probably not down here.
Yeah.
Those are things that you buy when you are going topside. We don't know the state of the party. It seemed like this is more of an open invitation to everyone. This is just for traversing the city. That is
Mask, hood.
always an evergreen look, if I'm using the phrase correctly.
So it sounds like we're not going to be able to do anything else today.
That was the goal, right? Is to find this place, rest, get all of our abilities back for the next day.
Yeah.
Even though this building we have paid to rest here, it would do us well to still take watches.
Well,
May need to work on the other part of this plan and talk to my goddess.
Do what you must. I will
Would you
guard the
like
door.
someone to come with you?
I'm just going to talk right now.
All right.
If it gets to that, then yeah.
Let us know if you need anything.
Arjhan will nod. And while y'all set up watches, he will just find a little spot to meditate.
Okay. So, yeah, Arjhan, as you begin to meditate, the rest of you are just hanging out, waiting, just also staking watches. Oliviette has the first one.
I mean, if Gwen takes the first watch, all the elves can be up for the rest of the day or night.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay. So, now that that has been established, Arjhan, you are meditating. You are able to establish connection with Tiamat. And she, once the connection has been established, she will ask how your journey has been.
Good. Terrifying. I may need something. I may need divine help. Tangible divine help.
That is something I should be able to offer, depending on the nature.
We have to get the true name of Orcus. In order to do that, we have to trap him, force it out of him.
The true name of Orcus, or the true name?
The true name of Kai is from Orcus. And we're trying to cover our bases before we do that, and that involves destroying the Wand of Orcus, or at least disrupting it. And in order to do that, I need the heart's blood of an entity older than Orcus. I may need your blood.
There was a deep curiosity that I had that one day you might ask for such a thing in your travels. Should you require it, meet with me. Bring your chalice and bring your crossbow, and it shall be yours.
Okay. Caelum,
Yeah.
can you yeet me to hell?
Oh, okay. Do you need a ride back?
Arjhan is like lost in thought for a little bit, because if he assumes that he can just get sent back here by Tiamat, if not, a series of silver doorknobs would be able to get him back here.
Yeah, you could silver doorknob in hell, and then we could silver doorknob this door, and then you could just pop out.
Yeah. Because Arjhan can get to Gideon from anywhere, but y'all, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Roots around in his bag and looks at 2 tuning forks, puts the one away for Grandpa Momo. How long should we wait before we need to come get you in case it gets to that?
You may want to just have the door open, but It shouldn't be more than 4 hours.
All right, will do. You're gonna go and do the thing, huh?
He just shrugs.
Yeah. Caelum will put a hand on Arjhan's shoulder.
And if Cori wants to come, I don't.
Now we find an enigma. She doesn't want to leave Olivia alone in the Underdark. But she also doesn't want to make Arjhan go alone to hell.
Gwen will go
Obviously,
with
you just
if
bring
she's awake.
Olivia to hell with you as like a fun couples retreat.
Arjhan has been to hell alone before. He's
Yeah,
fine.
Arjhan's fine, yeah.
I know, but Cori
true.
also had questions that she wanted to ask.
Not necessarily.
That's
She
fair.
didn't have questions. She just wants to be there for moral support.
She had concerns.
That is the correct way of putting it. What was LB gonna say?
I was gonna say Gwen will go if she's awake.
I thought y'all were setting up like a series of watches.
Yeah, you're on first.
Yeah, so if Gwen's
I
on
know.
first watch, but the rest of you are still here and awake, it's not like the watch system has really like gone into effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
This
could
is
have it.
pre-watch. Let's just establish that it's
We can
pre-watch.
hem and haw
Yeah,
all
yeah,
night,
yeah.
but I'm fine with whatever. Honestly.
We could have it that like the moment comes and like Arjhan looks at Cori and she like stands up and then looks back at Olivia and seems pretty like, you know.
Do you want to stay?
Yes, but I also want to go with you.
Olivia puts her hand on your shoulder, Cori, and says, I know the game of this city. If you want to go with your friend to support them, I have the strongest wizard and most adaptable crewman right here with me. And also, Tiny Terra, killer of several gods, is what she has self-proclaimed. If anything, I am the most out of my league here, and this is the place where I am most in my element. Outside of the open ocean.
Got a meta question.
Yeah.
Has Cori been to hell since she became Coraline?
Yes? Yes. During the judgment of
Oh yeah, during
of that bitch.
of Tylera's trial.
Is it
Yeah.
a faux pas for a god to just bamf in and out of Tiamat's domain,
No.
knowing that Tiamat can't do the same?
Well, she signed a contract. She's bound to the venue. There's a different set of circumstances. It's fine. Okay.
Yep.
Heading on down to the hills.
I mean, Caelum, who you eating?
I could eat both of you if you want.
Yeah. No, Cori will give Olivia a kiss and tell Caelum to look after her.
Will do. If anyone even remotely bothers her, I will nuke the place.
Maybe not that far.
I
There
will
are
teleport us away.
There are innocents here.
Right. Yes.
I know you sort of forgets about them for a while, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of rough after the whole takeover thing. To
She
care.
just shakes her head. Okay. So, Cori and Arjhan going to hell?
Off we go.
Hell.
All right. Bam! All right, so Cori, Arjhan, the two of you are sent to Avernus to The same place that you have gone to a multitude of times. You have entered into Tiamat's domain. As usual, when you arrive outside of her grand venue, Newell is there, who explains that after your conversation with Tiamat, they were asked to stand in this very spot in case anyone ended up coming by, and praise be the queen, they will do their job to a diligence. Thankfully, they did not have to do their job long, of which they are thankful. But Newell will escort the both of you into the venue, and along the way, Newell will ask Cori, or actually will not ask, but will start off the conversation by saying congratulations.
Thank you. About what exactly?
A growing family tree is often celebrated.
I do. Oh! Oh! Wait.
Arjhan motions for a door.
There's so many different things that could mean.
Okay. So yeah, Arjhan, you are shown the standard walking path that you have taken several times to meet Tiamat, as she stares out upon the vastness of her domain. And as you come to the end, Tiamat is standing, looking out as she does, and she turns to meet you and says, "I hope the trip went well for you." Did you bring the items?
I did. Which crossbow?
She was referring to Patience.
I'll just whenever she asks, I'll put the drinking horn, the vessel, and both of the crossbows.
Okay. And she will we'll say that there is like a table that is there, something that you can set things on, and she looks at you and says, "This is not the first time that my blood has been used in order to destroy this staff, this wand. However, this is the first time that anyone has asked. My brother tends to make situations like this into quests for his loyal followers. They are rude. They come into my home, and they assault me until, of course, they receive their prize." And when after she says that, you see her take her hand, place it at the center of her chest, and her fingers slide in underneath her skin like a hot knife through butter. And you see her grab something and just pull out her own heart as it continues to beat in her palm.
I've seen this very many times throughout Bayonetta 3.
And she will, with a flourish of her free hand, you see that there is a beautiful, ancient, artistic urn that looks like it has come from her personal treasury. And she places her heart above it, and as it continues to beat, blood continues to pour out as it begins to fill this urn. The staff, or wand, as you know it, is a wand sized for a creature of epic proportions. It will function like a quarterstaff held by anyone else. to bathe it in my blood is not the same as submerging it. If you have a tub of my heart's blood, I suppose you could attempt to put the entire staff into it. But if you coat the staff with the contents of this urn, destroyed the wand will be. She then moves the beating heart over your drinking horn as Tiamat's blood washes into it. And you see actually goes into the horn aspect of it as well. And she says, the greatest treasure that I have come to know is life. Specifically the lives of my people. With this, you will gain the abilities that you seek. And she moves the heart over to patience as it continues to beat blood. This rich, vibrant, in a sanguineous way, beautiful, as this drinking horn and these weapons are coated. Orcus will not be an easy enemy to defeat. And once you have defeated him, your next enemy attempts to reign entire universes under their control. I realize now that I did not ask beforehand, but will you accept my blessing? As her blood is just like pouring onto your gear.
I will.
And she then takes her heart and says, then you have gained the abilities of my horde. And she will take her heart and, with one last little final squeeze into the jar, place it back into her chest.
Thank you. I wouldn't have asked for this if it wasn't dire.
Since our last conversation, I have been researching and attempting to understand what it is that a friend does. Friends help each other when they are in need. I seek nothing from this other than my desire to assist you.
I appreciate that.
And Tiamat nods and says, and turns and says, may your journeys be swift. I have placed my faith in you.
I hope that we can both discover what it means to have earned that.
And Tiamat looks over their shoulder and says, with all of the riches of Avernus, friendship is one of the few things I could never buy. May the speed of the gods be on your side. When you are ready to return home, speak with Newell. they will have prepared a passage home for you.
And he will bow and leave.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cori, you were speaking with Newell, who is congratulating you on an expanding family tree.
I have to be honest with you. There are a number of things that could mean. Could you be more specific, please?
Have you spoken to your father recently?
No, not recently.
And that's where we'll call it for tonight's session. So, with that,
called it.
I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for tonight's incredible session of Dungeons and or Dragons. I love this game. I love these players. I'm really excited to be back in the DM seat for this because 2022 has proven to be the year that, man, scheduling conflicts kind of blow. But we're here, and that's the important part going into the holidays. But I'm always excited about the people that we have on this show. RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice2E2 on Twitter, Twitch, and Hive. You can catch me here, of course, on Mondays as Caelum the Shatterka Wizard Fighter. Wednesdays, DMing over at the Hype Goblins channel, a Humblewood game where my players are... We're getting there. We're getting there. Thursdays over at GGK, where we do Elegant Creatures, a Good Society Monster of the Week game, where we're going to save the world, y'all, and probably solve our baggage along with it. Oh. Saturdays over at GGK's once again for Ward 47, where I play a boy who was raised by wolves, but he was the Winter Soldier first as a baby. It was weird. He's going to go see his extended family that thought he was dead. Sundays, once again, over the Hype Goblins for a D&D 5e homebrew campaign where we're also in the Underdark. Weird how that works out. DanaeKeener.com. Oh!
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. The next time I'm going to be live is tomorrow night on GGK, G Game Nights, where I'm going to be running a Monster of the Week game, probably. So join us for that. It takes place in Louisiana, in the bayou. This is Simon. If you want to see any of our stuff, check out the Twitter or my Instagram, because Simon is a GQ model and nobody can tell me differently. DanaeKeener.com.
Give me 1 second. Hoi, I'm Cyber. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Hive. On at Cyberwolf1201. I get really sleepy and post some stupid shit.
Ah.
Damn it. The virtual camera didn't work.
Oh.
Boo. Oh, that's Streamlabs OBS. There we go. I don't know if this is the correct size. I'm moving it into places. I can't
Looks
see
great.
Twitch. This Saturday, on December 3rd, starting at 2 p.m. Central Time, it's going to be our 1201 charity stream. We're going to be doing an Elden Ring playthrough, doing a full story focused playthrough. And all the donos will be split between Awesome Pets Alive, Coach College, Crit Roll Foundation, and the Wolf Conservation Center. It's going to be a fun time. I hope not to die, but I'll explain the Elden Ring story, because, man, there's a lot there. DanaeKeener.com.
Oh, hey. Speaking of Danae Keener, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. That is not a sanctioned design, but I appreciate the support. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there you can look at and find my schedule, all 2 games that I'm in, and sometimes a 3rd one. Any hoosers. I'm still reeling. Pink Dad. What are you doing? DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/IndoorAdventures. We do shows like this on Monday. And on December 10th, we're going to be starting a show on Saturdays as well. So be on the lookout for that. I am going to give a little bit of a hint. A little bit of a spoilerino as far as who's going to be DMing as well as the system. So if you are familiar with our dear friend Lex Mandrake, aka @DankDungeons over on Twitter, he is going to be running a tabletop game that we found from 1987 that is a direct tie-in to the Ghostbusters franchise. So if you like Ghostbusters and are looking to bust some ghosts, hey, check us out on December 10th. It's going to be a fun time. But for now, that's all. Those are all the games. You can also find us over at patreon.com/IndoorAdventures for our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any other questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, I already see that we got a bunch in our questions for the court's chat. It's the best place to ask them. But with that in mind, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!